Welcome back everyone, Christine here on Serious Gaming, continuing my playthrough of Vampyr. I'm at the bridge, the same bridge I crossed at the start of the game. I found the third letter. It's on the ground floor of the Pembroke Hospital. It's in a drawer, or box, whatever, behind the curtain. Just search for it, you'll eventually find it. It's kinda annoying, but still. And then it directs you to go to Southwark, which is what I am doing over here. To find your father's safe. In the third letter he writes, father writes that he is dying, and that's why he left.
Mine! I'll take it. We have crushed. Have no fear, brother. We have to stop it.
I don't think.
It's a killer.
You know, I might have wanted to get some blood absorption, but either way, it doesn't matter. Now, the reason behind that is because you do end up killing enemies pretty quickly here. To the point you can't even stun them. There it is. I've actually seen this save before. Is that an expensive... Are you shitting me? I went for all of this. I really don't know what's the value of this. Certainly not worth all the hassle. Now maybe that cure for the blind will actually be better. But I guess we'll find out. But here's the thing about the quote-unquote health of a district. It depends, I think, entirely on the health of the NPCs living within the district. Obviously, having NPC dead lowers that. Like, this is 90%, and I still have 3 NPCs which I haven't found. Alright, should I head to Whitechapel? No, that can wait. I'm gonna have to talk with Lord Redgrave first and foremost, and see about Doris Fletcher. I do have close to 5,000 experience points. It would be tempting at this stage to start feeding on the blood of victims, but as I've said, it's not worth it. Although certainly you can improve your power, you're never really gonna improve your power to the point where it makes up for the very high level enemies that you would face if you just start feeding on some people's blood. Now of course you can feed on some people's blood without really losing too much. Like Dorothy Crane, for instance, I think she was several thousand XP points worth. This guy is really in a bad shape, but I guess that's mainly because I don't know his secrets. Edwina is someone that I cannot actually feed on yet. Alright, this isn't safe, so to speak. Actually, fuck it, I'll head to Whitechapel. Wait. Let's restore the blood sample. Let's rebrisk. Well, this is... The war goes on between the living and the dead. I I do have a fairly sharp stake, by the way. I should go to the right over here. Yeah, like this. What?
This is despicable.
Maybe instead of using a pistol, I should use a shotgun, because apparently I can fire a shotgun with one hand. I mean, I suppose it makes sense for a vampire to be able to do something like that. No, you don't. You're not fast enough. Now, let's find Petrescu. Oh, I hate this entrance. For the obvious.
Something going on in this district. I don't know what. Like a secret or a plot I must reveal.
Good evening, Mr. Petrescu.
Surely you have someone else to buy.
How do you feel?
I would.
Yes.
You may say that.
Goodbye.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems. As long as you have the money.
Goodbye.
It's locked.
Well, first order of business is getting there. Wait. I can't, actually. How unfortunate. Fine then. Long way it is. Long way to. Please tell me I at least open this door. Or I guess it was opened for by default. I don't know. Either way, back to the west end. Into the patrols.
Look at it, vicious beast. Oh yeah! This one ain't burning!
You're so dead, bros.
Vicious bugger! Oh my god! Ah, fuck his boss!
Yes, he is. Alright, first I need to open that gate. You never know when you want a shortcut. Just need to find the path. I could kill his wife, by the way. She is the one poisoning him. I don't just have to kill him. Problem is, he is still wasting away his fortune. I passed it. There we go. Maybe there's something interesting here.
I cannot enter.
How would I enter? Other side? Fine. Hardly matters. I'm going back to the west end. Into the civilized areas. I need more blood though.
Get back in the game!
No, I don't think so. Well, I'll be happy to put you in the grave. Once I'm done feeding. Oh, those female vampires are such a nightmare to deal with. Wait, what side quest do I have?
Support the equality between men and women. Women of all countries unite.
Welcome back, Dr. Reed. Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you who insisted I join the Ascalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive mind. It's quite something. Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reed. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report.
I think we're safe for now. I pursued and killed the last hunter with my own hands as he
Have you
tried
heard
to
the
escape
rumors
from
about
some horned vampire singing obscure songs around the city?
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lancebearer. Please tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reed. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
But some questions remain.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for you. One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Recruit a new vampire? Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Ekon he deserves to be.
I'm not sure I'm the best candidate for such a task.
I can hear the hesitation in your voice, Dr. Reed. I admire a man of principles. But in this matter, there is more at stake than your moral comfort.
It's not a moral question, Lord Redgrave. It's the responsibility of giving immortality to a man I barely know.
Nonsense. Aloysius has been a member of the Ascalon for years. This is but the fruition of a long-held plan.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Before I go, I have a few questions.
All right, I'm listening.
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then?
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die. And he just may be the most influential man in England. After me, of course.
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reed. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
How would you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare himself. He has studied our kind for decades.
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood. His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
Is there any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Alright, I am good to go. Reach the temple church entrance.
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson, to make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and only capable of creating skulls.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan. I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall. And yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
Goodbye for now, Elizabeth.
Goodbye, my dear. Please, be careful.
Alright. She's made her point. Should I do it? Let him build the wall. Very subtle, developers. Very subtle there. Of course, it doesn't really help here in this situation.
It looks like vampires have to obey Mendel's laws when producing progeny. Powers pass from one generation to another. That's why Dawson wants me to sire him.
I don't know where I stand on that issue. I really don't. I guess we'll make a decision. Temple Church entrance.
Get your weapons ready! We found one! Burn it, boys!
He is the pillar of the community, though. And if he dies... I mean, ultimately that does inform a lot of my decisions. For good or bad. Shit. Alright, they reset. Okay. Let's go to that fortune teller. Find some secrets.
Easy to read. Good evening.
Is there anything you could tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Aloysius Dawson. Yes, of course. We met on several occasions. With time, he got deeper and deeper into the occult.
He's not the only one. It's been quite the fashion for several decades. The Golden Dawn, for instance, is just one example.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900. Then his thirst for dark knowledge grew. I'm talking forbidden texts, readings which blackened his heart.
Can you read the cards for me?
Put the money on the table.
Perhaps. How do you measure the amount of blood? Is it
Vamp?
Goodbye.
I read cards never. Aye, but they are never easy to read.
Dr. Reed.
Do you know anything in particular about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
Who doesn't know the man? I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it. With just one phone call. Goodbye.
Good evening, Miss Price. I'm Dr. Reed. Do you remember me?
Dr. Reed? Yes, of course. You are the doctor who healed me and my mum. Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Good to see you too, Carol. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. I did not hurt myself recently. I know how to take care of myself now. I'm almost a grown-up.
Have you ever met the famous Aloysius Dawson?
Yes. A very strange man. Not very nice.
What do you mean?
He said he was ready to pay good money for rare books, and then laughed at what we showed him.
Do you enjoy working with your mother?
Oh yes, Doctor. My mother raised me alone after my father died. We've always lived together, and she has always watched over me.
Goodbye.
Good morning. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Miss Price. How are you tonight?
Dr. Reed, I didn't know you had returned from the war. I had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind as you.
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been a long time.
Too long indeed. And as a token of my appreciation, I'll grant you the best price if you fancy buying anything from my humble shop.
Do you know Aloysius Dawson?
Everybody knows him. He's only been to my shop once, though, looking for rare books and other intriguing antiques.
Did he buy something from you?
No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at my goods. Mr. Dawson may be a rich man, but you can't buy good manners.
But isn't Aloysius Dawson known for his philanthropy?
That was before his brother Robert died in an aeroplane crash. Since then, the remaining twin has turned into a heartless tycoon.
May I look at your...
It's always a pleasure. I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
Alright, I know all there is to know about him. What should I do? Maybe making him into a vampire isn't such a bad idea. It depends on a great many things. Well, let's see. Let's see indeed.
It's locked, all right.
Where is that damn entrance? What door am I looking for anyway? Maybe down here? No, wait, this is where I emerged from the sewers. Is this so useful? No. Nope. No. No. No.
One of them! God walks with me. I shall fear no evil. We have a killer.
Okay, I should probably increase my HP by a substantial amount. I'm taking too much damage. I can certainly deal said damage. It's not the issue. Okay, where's the damn mansion then? I'm lost.
Bloody monster!
There we go, the man. What is the correct option here?
Dawson's mansion. Here I am at last. But the question remains, am I ready to make a dying man my progeny?
I guess we'll find out. There he is.
Reduced in rank for falsely accusing a man of murder. I wonder what Inspector Albright thinks about his punishment.
Finally, you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long?
I had to pass several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me.
I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes, yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist such as yourself would help me to escape the Reaper.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all, I need to be sure that you know exactly what is going to happen to you, sir.
I can assure you I'm as informed as any man can be. I have planned for this moment, Dr. Reed. Planned very carefully.
Sir, I'm going to end your life. Do you not wish to discuss the procedure for even a minute?
I don't have a minute to indulge in idle chatter. I can't feel my legs, and the cold, so cold.
I will become your maker. Do you understand what that means?
Well, I certainly won't consider you my liege, or some such drivel. You can be assured of that.
You'll need to feed on warm blood. Blood from mortals. How do you feel about that?
I'm rich, Dr. Reed, and powerful. I'm sure I'll be able to acquire all the blood I need without ever having to sully my own hands.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
What I do know is that I'll crush anyone or anything that would dare to oppose me.
Let's move on, then.
Please, I'm cold and tired. I feel my life waning with every moment.
But first, before you embrace immortality, what would you do with such a gift?
That's a rather impertinent question, Dr. Reed, and I will do as I please.
Answer me all the same. What will your first action be as an immortal?
To save London. I will finance the most efficient quarantine ever seen. I will build a wall that will separate the sick boroughs from the healthy ones.
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking. But I'm convinced this epidemic will not be contained by mere walls.
As long as the right people are on the right side of the wall, that's all that matters.
What if a new outbreak happens inside your walls? You'll have created a giant trap.
That won't happen. As long as we dispose of anyone that is contaminated as soon as they are spotted.
But you can't guarantee infection will not spread. Just one contagious carrier would be enough to create an apocalypse.
The apocalypse is already knocking at the gate. We must be strong now.
You really plan to build a quarantine wall across London?
Yes, it will be tall and strong, separating the wheat from the chaff.
By doing so, you will also create 2 separate prisons.
Come, sir. An eminent doctor like yourself knows that such radical measures have proved efficient in the past.
Let me guess. You mean to isolate the rich from the poor?
This is a desperate measure for desperate times. England must prevail, Doctor, no matter the cost.
Who gave you the right to decide the fate of thousands of people?
My money. My money and my pending immortality gives me the needed authority, Doctor. I'm a businessman. I'm used to tough decisions.
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
Are you ready for immortality, Mr. Dawson? Drink now, and say farewell to life as you prepare to be reborn.
What do you mean, drink? What about the blood transfusion?
I'm the doctor and the vampire here, so I'll give the orders. Drink, sir. Now.
All right.
Good. That's enough. That's enough, I said.
I will not die. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Oh no. You will die, sir. Steel yourself. You're already in death's grip.
I did what I felt was right. If you were to die, then the outcome would be this entire city would fall in chaos and ruin. Is that the solution? I like how they proposed a wall as a bad thing. Incidentally, it fucking ain't. When, like, at least the way the game talks about it. Oh, you'll separate thousands. Yeah, thousands of people that are infected versus those that aren't. Seeing as London is on the brink of complete collapse, I'd say the British Empire has to take extreme measures.
Is it done, Dr. Reed? Is Aloysius Dawson reborn, as expected?
Yes, my lord. Ascalon has a new recruit, as you ordered.
Wonderful news. I've waited for this outcome for so long. Tonight you served your country, the king himself, beyond all expectation.
Thank you, my lord.
No, thank you, Dr. Reed. Now, could you do me one last favor?
Of course. What is it?
Go outside and talk with that disgusting creature I saw waiting for you in front of this mansion.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'll have a look.
Good. I didn't kill her on the spot, for she claims to be a friend of yours. But don't you dare bring such a creature near me again.
Protect the Pembroke. Wait, are they go? Oh.
We meet again at the strangest of times, young Ekon. So do you serve the Earl of Bristol now?
Old Bridget. What are you doing here?
Your friend, the wise Ekon. She sent me to warn you.
Did anyone see you? It's a long way from the dock sewers, and hunters are patrolling the streets here.
Who said I took the streets? How do you think I survived for centuries in this city without ever being seen? I know all her secrets.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
She came to us in the sewers in search of answers. Just as you did.
What kind of answers did you give her?
I knew nothing of your maker, but we talked. We talked a lot. Her words and ideas are captivating. It is no surprise that you like her. I like her too.
Lady Ashbury in the sewers? Now that's a sight I wish I'd seen.
She said she was your friend, and that she sought the identity of your maker. So I answered her questions.
Lady Ashbury? You know her? Tell me what's going on.
The lady approached me but a few nights ago, wanting to meet the sewer skulls. Once she questioned Harriet Jones. She agreed to help us.
Harriet Jones is still with you then? How is she doing?
Harriet remains angry, but is recovering slowly. Her mind is twisted, but at least her body is healing.
Tell me what is going on.
The lady asked us to keep an eye on your mortal doctor friend while you were away. We spotted the hunters. They were discussing plans to attack tonight.
Wait, slow down. I need to ask you something.
I'm listening, but I do not have time to waste, so be quick.
Why do I feel like Lord Redgrave was particularly irritated to see you? Far more so than the average Skull, if I may say.
Because I used to know him quite well. And he is afraid I may remember who he really is.
You're Elizabeth's informant. You're the one who told her about Lord Redgrave's lies regarding his lineage.
Yes, but my words were not meant to hurt or threaten. I simply told the story of the sewer skulls, and of so many other forgotten children.
Where is Lady Ashbury right now?
She said she will go home. She needed to speak with some old friends first, though. Do not worry, young Ekon. She is no fool, and just as strong as you.
How did Elizabeth find you?
She presented herself humbly at our gate, and asked if we knew of any ancestral vampires hiding in London. She asked about Ascalon. She asked about many things.
What do you think of her?
Her soul is good, yet tainted with a deep sadness, and the scars of ancient wounds. Time does that to us immortals, for we have so much to dwell upon.
Why did she come to you?
I am old Bridget, the buried memory of the city. She sought the silent truths, truths I have kept hidden for so long.
No time to lose, then. I must go there right away.
I shall return to my den. Have you a message for the lady? Should I see her before you?
Yes. Tell her I love her.
Is this still unknown to her? Go now and take care, young Ekon, for the flames are rising.
Then let us fight. We need to save Pembroke before it's too late. We cannot lose the hospital. London will fall with shortly thereafter if it falls. The damned hunters. They attacked Ascalon. They failed, so they attacked the hospital. An easy target. I suppose by attacking the hospital they think they can draw the vampires out. You aren't wrong, I guess, but... At the same time, they make one critical error. This is safe, right? Alright, 5,000 experience.
You London vampires are so weak!
A battle. Don't fight. Alright. Let's go.
What is this truck? Are the vampire hunters here already?
Perhaps they are.
Those bastards. What have they done to Edgar? Looks like he's wounded. I better follow the blood.
Okay. Well, an elevator. How convenient. Here we go.
Ultraviolet curtains and orichalcum powder. Dr. Swansea's always been a resourceful bastard. I bet he never told you he had this installed in case of a vampire attack. Says a lot about how much he trusts you.
What have you done with Edgar?
Don't worry. We don't kill humans. Even if your friend is deserving of a little punishment for what.
What are you talking about?
We know everything. Swansea and you created this bloody epidemic. You aim to unleash another disaster, just like William Marshall did.
No, I'm trying to put an end to it, just like you are.
You're the progeny, aren't you? Where is the monster hiding? It's still in England, isn't it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Jeffrey, please listen to me.
No tricks. That shit won't work on me. We've found proof in the theater. Doris Fletcher was your first experiment. Now where is Marshall? Speak! So much for modern technology. Time for the tried and true. Do you know what this is, Beast? This is a drop of King Arthur's blood. The blood of a true defender of Britain. Stronger than your evil powers.
Okay.
This is ridiculous. We're losing precious time.
True enough. Soon I'll bring your head before your coward of a father. Your true light will cleanse you.
You think you can stop me, McCullen? Whoa! Well, clearly he can. Fine, he is gonna be very difficult to take down.
you down! If you're so in... Free wind prevails! Come on, Reed.
Man, he's too strong. It certainly doesn't help that.
Show some style. Fight like a man. We'll pin you down. The blood of a true defender of this land will protect me. Your poisonous butt. Come on, Reed. I know. It hurts, doesn't it? Free wind prevails. True light will cleanse you. Show some style. Fight like a man.
Too many light. Like a man, huh?
We'll pin you down.
Well, the boss fights are certainly bullshit.
Come on, Reed. Try some. Free wind prevails!
It's just horse shit the way his crossbow works, really. It is pure horse shit the way his crossbow works.
Your poisonous bite is useless on me. Come on, Reed. The blood of a true defender of this land will protect me. And if you're so innocent, why does simple light burn you so much? I'll pin you down! I know! It hurts, doesn't it? Show some style. Fight like...
I should probably get some stamina potions. Hold on a second. Control set keybind dodge. Melee attack. Ultimate, switch ranged weapon, switch melee weapon. I'm gonna blow this fucker with a shotgun.
Your poisonous bite is useless on me. True light! Come on, Reed. Try something else. The blood of a true defender of this land will protect me. I'll pin you down. Free wind prevails!
Fucking.
Your point. Show some style. Come on, Reed. blood of a true defender of this land will protect me. Or take you down!
Not enough stamina, light everywhere. Well, bullshit boss fight, but hey. I kind of feel that they've been bullshit for a while. What do I know?
Freewind prevails! Close your eyes! This is gonna hurt. The blood of a true defender of this land will protect me. Your poison is... True light will cleanse you. I know! It hurts, doesn't it? Show some style. Fight like a man. If you're so innocent, why does simple light burn you so much?
Fucking hell, I need to run from one corner of the battle to another because he just keeps spamming those fucking lights. Without those lights, it would be a done deal. But they do too much damage.
Your poisonous bite is useless on me.